You ever walk into a room, look around, and notice a married woman giving you a stare that's just a little too long? Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. It's not the "you remind me of my son" look. No, it's the "if I didn't have a ring on my finger, I'd risk it all" look. And right there, you start wondering, what is going on? Why does it seem like married women, not single women, are often the boldest, the flirtiest, and sometimes the easiest? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain. No fluff, no fake morals, just truth. Cold, clear, and served with a little Stoic sauce on top. Let's talk about why married women are sometimes the easiest prey, and why that should actually scare you more than excite you. So there's this guy I know, let's call him Jake. Jake's a decent dude. Gym 3 times a week. Not a model, not a millionaire, but he knows how to carry himself. Confident, calm, cool-headed. One day he's at a wedding, not his own, just a friend's. He's posted up by the bar, sipping a whiskey and minding his business. Then, bam, this woman walks up. Pretty, elegant, wedding ring glinting in the light. She leans in and says, "You look bored. Want me to entertain you?" Now Jake's not dumb. He knows what time it is. They talk, they laugh, and within 15 minutes, she's touching his arm, biting her lip, and letting her eyes wander to places no married woman's eyes should go. He checks for her husband. Turns out he's across the room laughing it up with his old college buddies. Jake's confused, intrigued, a little guilty, but not enough to walk away. So what does he do? He asks her straight up, "Why are you talking to me like this? You're married." You know what she says? She leans in close and whispers, "Because he doesn't see me anymore. But you do." Boom. And just like that, the door opened. Temptation walked in. And Jake? Well, he stepped through it. Now, hold up. Before you judge either of them, let's break this down. Because this right here is where Stoicism, psychology, and cold, harsh reality all collide. The void they don't talk about. Here's the part nobody tells you. Marriage doesn't kill attraction. It just hides it under routine. A lot of married women live in what I call emotional starvation mode. They got the house, the kids, the husband who used to be exciting, but now just grunts from behind a newspaper or scrolls silently through his phone. He used to light her world on fire. Now, he barely notices when she changes her hair or puts on that new perfume. And guess what? When attention disappears, desire starts searching for a new home. Not always with intention, but often with opportunity. And that's where guys like Jake come in. The outsider, the stranger, the man who isn't bored of her, the one who doesn't snore next to her every night, the one who says, "Damn, you look good in that dress," and actually means it. Stoicism, check-in, detachment from illusion. Now the Stoics, those ancient serious-faced philosophers from way back, would shake their heads at this whole mess and say one thing: nothing external can bring lasting fulfillment, not even a marriage. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." But in this case, the suffering is real, and it's caused by the illusion people buy into when they tie the knot. That illusion? That once you're married, everything will just magically stay exciting. Nope. That's like buying a gym membership and expecting abs to appear without ever working out. Married women, just like married men, crave validation, passion, and excitement. But the ring doesn't kill those desires. It just puts them on house arrest. The mistake men make. Here's where most guys get it wrong. They think, "Oh, she's married. She must be off limits, boring, or too loyal to mess around." Wrong. Some of the boldest, most forward women I've ever seen in clubs, gyms, airports, even grocery stores were married. Because when a woman's emotional tank is empty, she starts looking for gas stations, even if she already owns the car. And here's the kicker. She's not always looking to leave her husband. Sometimes she's just looking to feel something again, to be seen, to feel alive, to prove she's still got it. It's not logical, it's not planned, but it is human. The danger of easy. Now you might be thinking, okay, so what's the problem? If they're this easy, Maybe it's just an opportunity. Nah, bro. That's where you fall into the trap. Because while it might look like a free buffet, what you're actually stepping into is an emotional war zone with invisible landmines. The moment you become her escape, you also become her burden. You think you're just having fun. She's pouring years of frustration, neglect, and suppressed desire into that one moment with you. And when it all comes crashing down, which it usually does, you're the one left holding the emotional bill. Jake's aftermath. Let's go back to Jake. He hooked up with that woman. Once, then again, then again. It became a thing. But here's what happened next. She caught feelings. Of course she did. You don't open that kind of door without letting emotions in. Then came the phone calls, the late night texts, the crying, the guilt, the confusion. And when her husband found out, Jake wasn't the hero. He wasn't the hot, mysterious guy. He was the villain, the homewrecker. Even though she came to him, Jake told me later, man, it felt good for a minute, but the headache wasn't worth it. I was her thrill. Then I became her therapist. Then I became her regret. Sound familiar? It's all fun until it becomes your problem. Why they're easy, but never simple. Here's the truth. Married women aren't easy because they're bad people. They're easy because they're emotionally neglected. They're easy because they're unseen. They're easy because the relationship that was supposed to fulfill them is running on autopilot. But easy doesn't mean harmless. Easy doesn't mean free. In fact, it often means costly. Because you're not just dealing with a woman, you're dealing with years of unmet needs, frustrations, dreams that never came true, and quiet resentment bubbling under the surface. Stoic wisdom: don't be ruled by desire. The Stoics teach us something powerful. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Epictetus said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. You can sleep with her, sure. You can answer that flirtatious smile, sure. But at what cost? Freedom doesn't mean doing whatever feels good. Freedom means choosing not to be a slave to temptation. It means stepping back, seeing the situation for what it really is, and asking, is this desire going to rule me, or will I master it? Because real power, masculine power, isn't in how many women you can pull. It's in how many you can walk away from.